Welcome to the online session of Arihant English Medium School for the academic year 2020-21. My dear students, in the last session, we have seen the first part of our second chapter of history, that is Europe and India, in which we saw period of Renaissance, the meaning of Renaissance, rebirth or revival, religious reform movement, geographical discoveries, and many more points. Lastly, we saw American War of Independence and French Revolution. So these are the two very important incidents which took place in history and changed the whole outlook of the world. Now next point we are going to see is Industrial Revolution. In the later period of 18th century, there were many technological innovations in Europe. Yes, as the 18th century was about to finish, many new happenings, new discoveries took place in industrial field, which changed the whole outlook of Europe. There was production with the help of machines running on steam. The cottage industries were replaced by big factories. Machines came to be used instead of handlooms. Railway and steamer became the mode of transportation. The age of machines began, and that is known as Industrial Revolution. Yes, my dear students, at the end of 18th century, many more discoveries took place, because of which new machines evolved, discoveries of new machine took place, railways started, engines started, locomotives. In this way, now the mode of transportation was also developed a lot. Industrial revolution began in England and then spread in other parts of West. During this period, England enjoyed industrial prosperity and came to be described as world factory. Yes, the influence of industrial revolution was so much in England that very soon the whole western part, you can say, adopted the industrial revolution, and very soon the whole world adopted the industrial revolution, and England was known as world factory. Okay, next is rise of capitalism. With the discovery of new sea routes began a new era of trade between Europe and Asia. I told you last time we have seen Ottoman Turks have blocked the way of Constantinople, from where Europe people can visit to Asia and Asian people can go towards the European continent. Because of that, many new navigators, traders, they discovered new sea routes. So this discovery of new sea routes gave to rise of capitalism. Many traders came forward to trade with eastern countries through the sea route. It was not easy to carry out trade single-handedly, and hence many traders came together and started trade. Yes, students, it was not possible for one or two traders to trade with the eastern countries. So what happened? Many traders, for example 10, 15, 20 traders, they came together and started trading with eastern countries. Thus, there was rise of many trading companies also. Trade with Oriental countries was very profitable and responsible for economic prosperity. Yes, they found a lot of profit with trading with these Eastern countries. Okay. Hence, European rulers started giving military protection and trade concessions to these trading companies. Now many trading companies came into existence, so European nations, they started giving them military support, military protection, so that without any kind of fear, these trading companies should trade freely and gain more and more profit, which is indirectly going to help their own country. Hence they started supporting them. This led to accumulation of wealth in Europe. In this way, now the wealth started coming in Europe on a large scale. This property was used in the form of capital for trade and commerce, which led to rise of capitalist economic system in Europe. So because of this lot of profit, they earned huge profit, and all this profit was sent to England. So very soon England became the capitalist country. More and more you can say capitalists formed in England. Next is colonialism. Now, my dear students, pay attention here. Colonialism means one country exploiting another country by making it into a colony. Yes, the powerful country, what does it do? It sends its colony, that is a group, to another country and exploit them. In, you can say, normal language, we can say loot them. They start looting them. So see here, a powerful country on the basis of economic and military strength occupies another region and establishes its political supremacy. Because they are powerful, they occupy another region, another country, and politically, economically, socially, they start exploiting them. This is known as colonialism. This tendency of colonialism led to rise of imperialism among the European. So this colonialism only changed into imperialism in the coming future. Now we will study what is imperialism. Imperialism means a system in which a powerful country controls other countries by establishing its overall domination and establishing many colonies. One by one, they start sending many colonies, and in this way, the administration of that region, of that country, whole administration they take into their hands. This is known as imperialism. Many countries from Asian and African continent fell prey to this imperialistic aspiration of the European nation. Yes, we can see the example up till 1947. Britishers they ruled over us more than 150 years. So this was the imperialist policy of the European nation. Like that, for many countries they have, you can say, ruled over them. Now next, imperialism of British East India Company in India. So we know when Britishers came and ruled over us, they directly not came. Means first they had sent the trading companies. So East India Company was came in India to do business, but very slowly they took over the all administration into their hand. So we will study about them. There was competition among European countries for acquiring trade monopoly in India. Now, when they came to know that India is a very good market, we can sell our products here. So, a kind of competition was started among the European nations that who will go first. You can understand various countries they started competing with each other to reach India and start their business. The British established British East India Company in 1600 AD to carry out trade in India. So British country they sent their own company that was known as British East India Company when in 1600 AD to do trade with India. This company took permission from Emperor Jahangir and established its factory in Surat. The trade between India and England was carried out through this company. Yes, they came here and they took permission of Emperor Jahangir and they put their first factory in Surat, that is state of Gujarat. So in this way now the trade started between England and India with the help of this company. Next point, struggle between English and French. England and France were rivals in the competition for trade in India. Yes, rivals, we can say they were very much fighting with each other, competing, and this competition went on fighting. Okay, why? Both of them they wanted to occupy the market of India, England as well as French. So what happened? See, due to this, there were three wars fought between them, which are known as Carnatic Wars. Because of this competition, that who will occupy the markets of Asia, both these countries fought war more than three wars. Three wars they fought, and these wars are only known as Carnatic Wars. In the third Carnatic War, England finally defeated France. Therefore, now there was no strong European competitor for British East India Company in India. So, in this way, what was the result of three wars? The final war was won by England. In this way, now means only French were there as a big competitor for England and they defeated them also. So now no competitor left for England. Hence, they start their dominion over Asian market. Next, foundation of rule of India Company in Bengal. See here. The Bengal province was one of the most prosperous province in India. All of us we know Bengal province. At present Bangladesh is separate country, but before independence Bangladesh was also in India only. So that whole part was known as Bengal province, and that province was a very prosperous socially, economically, agriculturally. Yes or no? So now what happened? In 1756 AD, Sirajud-Dowlah became the Nawab of Bengal. Yes, he became the head of Bengal province, Nawab. East India Company officers misused the trade concessions obtained from Mughal Emperor in Bengal province. So first at the initial stage, the Britishers they took permission, you can say, to start their factory business in Bengal. But after that they misused their power, the permissions taken by the Mughal emperors. The English built fortification around the factory at Kolkata. They will build one factory at Kolkata. Around them they made a fortification, a like fort, to protect their own company. But this fortification they made, it was without the permission of emperor. See here, without the permission of the Nawab. Hence, Sirajuddaula captured the factory at Kolkata. So, when Nawab Sirajuddaula came to know about this news, he became angry that without my permission, how they can build fortification around the company, around their factory. Hence, he captured the factory there. This created discontent in England. So, now when he occupied that, England became discontent. They were not happy. Robert Clive diplomatically bribed Mir Jafar, the commander-in-chief of Nawab's army, and also promised to make him the Nawab of Bengal. So, the in Bengal province, the army of Nawab Sirajuddaula, who was the commander-in-chief of that? Mir Jafar. So, what Robert Clive did, he diplomatically, very cleverly, he bribed him, means gave him money, power, this, that, and promised him that if you go against your own army, if you can say come to our side, next Nawab we are going to make it you. This was their promise. Nawab Sirajuddaula and the British troops met at Plassey in 1757 AD. Condition became more worst. Now war started between army of Nawab and British. At where they met at Plassey, a region in Bengal, in 1757. But under the leadership of Mir Jafar, the Nawab's army made no move to actually join the battle, and hence Sirajuddaula was defeated. And we know Robert Clive had, you can say, he had deal with Mir Jafar. So Mir Jafar's army, he didn't give permission to go and fight in the war. Hence, automatically the army of Nawab Sirajuddaula defeated in the battle. Now Mir Jafar became the Nawab of Bengal with the support of British. But later he started protesting against the British, and hence his son-in-law Mir Qasim was made the Nawab. Now next, as the Britishers promised, they made Mir Jafar as the Nawab of Bengal. But later on again Britishers started, you can say, influencing in this area. So Mir Jafar also became angry on them and he started protesting. When Britishers saw that he is also protesting, they made his son-in-law, that is Mir Qasim, as the next Nawab. Mir Qasim tried to put restrictions on the illegal trade of British, and hence once again Mir Jafar was made the Nawab of Bengal. So when Mir Qasim came to power, he also tried to put restrictions when he saw that Britishers are doing, you can say, all illegal things. So he also wanted to put restrictions over them. So now the Britishers thought that it is better to make again Mir Jafar as the Nawab. So again Mir Jafar only they made the Nawab. To restrict the activities of British in Bengal, Mir Qasim, Shujauddaulah, the Nawab of Ayodhya, and Mughal Emperor Shah Alam formed an alliance and ran a campaign. So Mir Qasim, he became very angry that they removed him and again they made Mir Jafar as the Nawab. So he made friendship with whom? First of all, the Nawab of Ayodhya and some Mughal emperor. They made a, you can say, a kind of alliance. They joined hands with them, friendship, and they made alliance, one big group, in to fight against the Britishers. So in 1764 AD, Battle of Buxar was fought in Bihar. When they came together, now as they know we couldn't fight with Britishers, if we fight alone we will be defeated. So they came together and fought the war against Britishers. Their war was happened in Buxar, a part of Bihar, in 1764. After this battle, British East India Company got the right to collect the revenue from Bengal province as per the Treaty of Allahabad. So all the war doesn't finishes in winning and losing. Some war you have to make treaties. So what treaty was made here? That Britishers will collect revenue. Revenue means taxes. They will collect tax from Bengal province. They accepted. Who? The alliance formed by Mir Qasim. In this manner, the foundation of British rule in India was laid in Bengal. So one by one Britishers were becoming more strong in the parts of India. First they started with the company in Surat, now they have occupied the Bengal province. Next point, British Mysore struggle. Hyder Ali from Mysore state rebelled out and took control of Mysore. So in the Mysore province, that is at present Bangalore, Mysore, the Karnataka part, who was the head? Hyder Ali had captured that area. After the death of Hyder Ali, his son Tipu Sultan became the ruler of Mysore. After the father's death, then Tipu Sultan became the next head. Now what happens? See, he tried his best to fight against the British. Now Tipu Sultan also, he was challenged by the Britishers. He also wanted to stop the illegal activities. So he also fought with Britishers, but at the end Tipu Sultan died in the battle of Srirangapatna in 1799. In this manner the British took control of the Mysore territory. So up till Tipu Sultan was alive, he fought against the Britishers, but once he died, now the British took the territory of Karnataka also, that is Mysore, in their control. Next, British control over Sindh. Sindh is the part, some part of Sindh is in Punjab right now and maximum part is in Pakistan. Okay. To strengthen the British power in India, the English turned their attention towards northwest frontier. They feared that Russia might attack India through Afghanistan, and hence the English started establishing their influence over Afghanistan. Now, my dear students, Britishers, they thought that Russia was also a neighboring country, you can say next to Afghanistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. So what Britishers thought, if we won't control this area of Afghanistan, Russian country might come here and attack us. There was a fear in the mind of Britishers. So what they did, they wanted to occupy Afghanistan. The route towards Afghanistan went through Sindh, and they can reach, anyone can go to Afghanistan through the area of Sindh. So that's why the British understood the importance of Sindh and hence captured it in 1843. So they understood, if we want to go to Afghanistan and make our army strong there so that we could fight with the Russians, we have to first occupy and capture Sindh area. That's why in 1843 they captured Sindh. Next, fall of Sikh power. Fall of Sikh power. In the beginning of 19th century, the power in Punjab was in the hands of Ranjit Singh. After the death of Ranjit Singh, his minor son Dilip Singh came to the throne. So the whole Punjab area, Sindh area was under his control, Ranjit Singh. But after his death, his minor son Dilip Singh came to the throne. On his behalf, his mother Queen Jindal looked after the state affairs. So he cannot occupy the whole area, administration was hard. So he used to sit on throne, but other departments were looked after by his mother Jindal. What happens here then? But she could not keep control over the officers. She was a queen, though she, you can say, handled the department, you can say external affairs and other departments, but she didn't put control over the officers. So what was the result? Taking advantage of this situation, the British bribed some of the Sikh Sardar. They took advantage of this. They came to know that some of the officers are not in the control of Queen. So they bribed them, gave them money, you can say land, etc., and took to their side. The Sikh community thought that the British will attack Punjab, and hence they launched an attack on the British. So now the Sikh people, they understood that one by one Britishers are interfering in our matter. Very soon they might attack on us. So before them, we will attack on them. In this way, they attacked Britishers. In the first Anglo-Sikh war with Anglo-Sikh war with the Sikhs were defeated. So in the first war, Sikh had attacked Britishers, but unfortunately they defeated. But still, Dilip Singh remained on the throne. He was still continued as the king. But the growing impact of British over Punjab was not acceptable to the Sikhs. Mulraj, officer of Multan, revolted against the English. So, though they defeated in first war Sikh people, but still now Britishers were again controlling more and more towards the Punjab area. Their influence in the Punjab area didn't stop. One by one, they were influencing more now. So this was not acceptable to the Sikh people. They didn't want any other, you can say, people's influence over their state. So what happens here? There was a Mulraj officer of Multan. Multan is in present Pakistan. He started revolting against the English people. Thousands of Sikh soldiers participated in the war against the British. In the second war, the Sikhs had to face defeat again. Under the leadership of Mulraj, many thousands of Sikhs they come upon and you can say started war with the Britishers. But unfortunately, in the second war also, Sikh people had to face defeat. In 1849, the British finally captured the entire region of Punjab. So finally, after the second war, the Britishers won the second war. Now they captured the whole Punjab under their control. Hope you might have understood till here, students. Next year now, the Marathas were important, strong rulers in India. How did the British strengthen their foundation of rule in India by defeating the Marathas? We will be studying in next chapter. So after this, in next chapter, what we are going to study? Maratha power. Very soon, Maratha power was also influencing the whole part of India. But how Britishers laid their foundation and how they got success in defeating Marathas and capturing the whole of India. This we will study in our next chapter. Okay. So till that time, you will read the text once again, and in next chapter we will see the remaining points. Thank you very much.